right, this is the Bear Sports Network here with Coach Jon Grimes coming off a huge upset win over Cape Fear. Coach, before we even get started, how did that win feel to you?
They all feel good. That one felt good just because it was senior night and it was the last home game of the year. So to go out on a high is always good. It's like I told the guys, we're kind of in a different spot with COVID, with no conference tournament next week. We knew tonight was our last game. Most of the time, you don't know when your last game is going to be. It's play till you lose. So weird to end the season with a win, but at the same time, it's fun. Just happy for those guys, those seniors especially. They all had a vital role in the game and helped us win. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about the seniors, but one thing I want to talk about is prepping for this game. Even though it's your last game, it's a huge game.
Right.
Cape Fear is a rival.
Right.
They beat you the first time. So what does preparation look like for a game like this?
Well, we played Southview Tuesday in a really tough game that was up and down, and I knew that we had some guys with some cramping. So Wednesday we came in and we practiced for about an hour and a half. We didn't do anything Wednesday as far as prep for Cape Fear. We got shots up. We did some conditioning. We didn't do anything 5-on-5, which is rare for one of my practices. And then we came in yesterday and it was strictly 5-on-5 situations. Offense versus the 1-3-1, offense versus the 2-3, press offense versus the 2-2-1, press offense versus the man, and then our man stuff, we went through all of it. But at this point in the season, the guys, they should know what we're doing. It's just a matter of recognizing what they're in. Coach Key does a really good job of changing his defenses up, tries to throw our guys off balance. So I just told them, just listen to me, and if they change it up, just recognize, you know what we run against a 1-3-1, you know what we run against a 2-3, just make the call and get in it quick. It worked for a good shot. Stay patient. We didn't want to rush and take quick shots and allow them to get out in transition. And then the other thing with our prep was knowing who their best two scorers were, 2 and 1, knowing that they were both left-handed, and that they were going to drive it left. They would try to sit on the left hand, try to contest every shot, make every shot tough. RJ's really good at getting to the mid-range and pulling up, and he did that a couple times late and got them baskets. But we didn't want to give up open threes or easy dribble drives. So those were the big keys for us.
So let's talk about the improvements that you made over the course of the season. One key improvement that I noticed was you're not giving up as many offensive rebounds. What are other key improvements that you have observed for your team?
I think the big thing with us the second half of the season, with the exception of the Pine Forest game, because it looked like we didn't get off the bus, guys kind of settled into their role and kind of understood what they were supposed to be doing when they're on the floor. A lot of times kids just go out there and they think, well, I'm supposed to be a three-point shooter. I'm supposed to be the primary ball handler. Once you get halfway through the year, they kind of understand what their niche is and what they're good at. And of course, I remind them of that at practice. I mean, you can take a kid like Josh Graham. I mean, how many rebounds? I don't know how many rebounds he had tonight, but
a lot.
He's probably 6'1", and they got guys. I mean, they're 6'5", 6'4". They're long, and he's out there just battling, just quick jumping guys. And the other thing I think the improvement was understanding how to rotate defensively in our man, knowing how to guard different actions, whether it's a down screen, a flare screen, ball screens, what coverage are we in, how are we guarding it. They got so much better at those kind of things. And the benefit of the lineup we had, especially at the end of the game, all 5 guys can guard. And they can guard about anywhere. They can guard out the perimeter. They can guard down on the blocks. Mm-hmm. They move good laterally. So, and most of them, for the most part, shoot free throws well. So we knew we were going to get fouled. So I told Coach Maxon I feel very comfortable with what we have on the floor, even when it got to a 3-point game. Of course, guys get a little tight, but if you get tight, then they're going to see that. So you want to stay as relaxed as possible.
Yeah. Well, since you brought up Josh Brown, let's talk about him.
Okay.
Josh, 24 points, his last game.
Right.
24 points, several deflections, few steals, boatload of rebounds.
Yeah.
How huge was that? How key was that to this win tonight?
We don't win without him for sure. I've made the comment a couple times with Coach Maxon, just during games, during practices. I said we are so much different when he's not on the floor, on both ends of the floor. He's kind of that undersized four-man that has kind of grown into his role. His ball handling has gotten better. His shot has gotten better. He's always been very athletic and very springy, and his defense has gotten so much better on and off the ball. 24 points is great, but you got to think about the intangibles he does. He triggers the ball in on press offense. He understands where to be in the zone. He knows how to get into gaps. He knows how to rebound against the zone. He knows how to find the ball. He has good instincts. He's got a really quick jump off the floor. So when he comes out, I don't think we're as good defensively or offensively. So he's vital on both ends of the floor for us.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about one other senior, Jared Kenny. It seemed that this year his confidence level is through the roof.
Yeah.
It looks like a huge improvement over last year.
Yes.
How did that come about?
That's a great question. You probably have to ask Jared that. Last year was hard. It was hard on them and it was hard on me because we didn't win very much. And losing's tough. I mean, it grows people and it makes you a little bit tougher. Adversity is going to make you resent losing. And it's gratifying to win with those guys after you've lost with those guys. It's more gratifying than say if you just won all the time. But Jared, I think he got used to being in that main role of the primary ball handler last year. And this year it was kind of like, okay, I've been here, I've done this. I kind of understand what to expect. And his shot gradually got better. He kind of understood angles a little bit better. He's low to the ground. So, especially like late game tonight, if he has a ball in his hands, it's hard to get it away from him because he's small, but he gets low with his dribble and he's really fast. And defensively, he moves his feet very well as well. I think just game experience is the big thing with Jared. Again, like I told somebody else, we didn't have a preseason, we didn't have a summer. So that would have been a great time for him to grow as a player. But he, I think he just, having that experience made him a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, Coach, I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about your freshman, Ari Fulton, who came alive, seems like more the second half of the season. How big has he been for you, particularly that second half of the season?
Very big. Again, we don't win without him either. I think the first half of the year, coming into a new school in December, getting used to me, I try to be very structured and very organized, and he had to kind of learn how to play within our system, but still do his own. He's very creative with the ball in his hand. He's very good moves around the basket, very good in transition. He's a very good defender. A lot of people probably don't know that aspect of it, but when he decides he's going to really lock up on somebody, he's very good because he's so long. I think it was just getting used to me and knowing what his role was. He's going to be really good. I mean, his upside is through the roof. I mean, he can be very, very good. There's some different aspects of his game that he needs to grow and get better at, but he needs to get stronger. He needs to rebound more consistently. When he goes to the boards, he's really good. But yeah, Ari's been great, especially this week. He's been outstanding.
Yeah. Well, all right. So, and finally, I kind of want to talk about how you see the outlook for next year. Yeah, obviously, you got some guys, you got some juniors on the bench, couple of freshmen and sophomore or two.
Yep.
What do you think your outlook is for next year?
You know, we got a lot of promise. I think the big thing is finding guys to fill those guard spots that Jared Kinney and Jerry Garcia are leaving.
Yeah.
Guys that can run the show. The other pieces are pretty much in place. You saw Eden come into the game some tonight for Josh and spell him. He gives us good energy. He's got good length. He defends well, moves his feet well. You know, Ari.
You got Cormani Chapel coming back.
You got Chap coming back, who surprised a lot of people a couple games. Very good around the basket, finishing. Again, he's a good defender. He's strong. He rebounds well. He got some big rebounds down the stretch that we hadn't talked about. But down there, when they were on the free throw line or in the half court, he had a couple of man-sized rebounds. It was going up with one hand, pulling it down, and there wasn't anybody going to take it away from him. So he's big too. And you got Kamante, who came off the bench as well. High energy guy. Caleb's going to have to, you know, learn his role. His freshman, he's going to have to learn his role, work on his ball handling, continue to get better. I think he will. I think he's a bit of a gym rat, so I think he's going to continue to grow and develop. So, I mean, we like our pieces that are coming back. I hadn't thought too much about it except because we've been prepping for tonight, trying to get through the end of this year. Just, you know, like I told the lady from the News and Observer, it's a weird year. It's very weird to be finished right now. So.
Yeah. Well, it was exciting to watch these last 3 or 4 games, I got to say. It was really exciting to watch, and I want to congratulate you on a good season.
I appreciate it.
We saw a lot of growth.
Yeah.
And that's great, and I know you're looking forward to next season.
Always.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.